Hey there! Have you ever felt your heart race, your palms sweat, and your voice get all shaky just at the thought of speaking in front of a crowd? Well, let me tell you a story about my friend, Alex, who used to feel exactly like that. Alex had a huge fear of public speaking, but he found a way to overcome it. If you stick around, you'll learn about his journey and how you can conquer your fears too. Trust me, by the end of this story, you'll feel inspired to tackle any fear that stands in your way. Alex is a regular guy from a small town. He's friendly, loves reading books, and enjoys spending time with his family and friends. He works as a marketing analyst at a well-known company. Alex is brilliant at his job. His insights and strategies often lead to significant improvements in the company's campaigns. Despite his professional success, there was one thing that really scared him: speaking in front of people. Even though Alex was great at his job and knew his stuff, the idea of talking to a group made him super nervous. Alex used to avoid situations where he had to speak publicly. In meetings, he would keep quiet, and during family gatherings, he'd stay in the background. This fear wasn't just a small worry. It was something that held him back. In many areas of his life, his colleagues often wondered why such a talented individual remained so silent during discussions. His friends would encourage him to share his thoughts, but Alex always shied away, feeling a lump in his throat whenever he thought about speaking up. So, why was Alex so scared of public speaking? There were two main reasons. Fear of judgment. Alex was always worried about what others would think of him. He thought that if he made a mistake or didn't speak perfectly, people would laugh at him or think he wasn't smart enough. This fear of being judged made him very self-conscious and nervous. He would replay past experiences in his mind, like the time in high school when he stumbled over his words during a presentation and his classmates giggled. This incident left a lasting mark on him, making him believe that public speaking would always lead to embarrassment. Lack of confidence. Alex didn't believe in his own abilities. Even though he was knowledgeable and had good ideas, he always felt that he wasn't good enough to share them. This lack of confidence made the idea of public speaking even more terrifying. He compared himself to charismatic speakers and felt he could never measure up. Every time he watched a TED Talk or a colleague give a stellar presentation, his self-doubt grew stronger. These fears were deeply rooted in his mind, and they made him feel very insecure whenever he had to speak in front of others. As a result of these fears, Alex started to feel really depressed and stressed out. He avoided situations where he might have to speak publicly, but this avoidance only made things worse. He missed out on opportunities at work because he wouldn't speak up in meetings. For example, there was a time when his company was looking for someone to lead a major project. Alex had the perfect plan in mind, but he couldn't bring himself to present it. Instead, the project went to someone else, and Alex watched as his ideas were implemented incorrectly. His social life suffered too, because he was always anxious about having to talk in front of groups of friends or family. During gatherings, he would sit quietly, feeling isolated even though he was surrounded by people who cared about him. His friends started noticing his withdrawn behavior and tried to include him in conversations, but Alex's anxiety kept him from participating fully. This constant stress and anxiety took a toll on Alex's mental health. He started to feel sad and down most of the time. He knew he had to do something about it, but he didn't know where to start. The fear seemed too big, and he felt stuck. He often found himself lying awake at night, dreading the next day, and any potential public speaking scenarios that might arise. The more he avoided speaking, the more his fear grew, creating a vicious cycle that seemed impossible to break. One day, something happened that changed everything for Alex. His best friend, Sarah, got married and asked him to give a speech at her wedding. At first, Alex's immediate reaction was to say no. The thought of standing in front of all those people was terrifying, but then he thought about how much Sarah meant to him and how special it would be to speak at her wedding. This was the moment Alex decided to face his fear. He realized that he couldn't keep running away from public speaking forever. He needed to find a way to overcome it, not just for Sarah's wedding, but for himself too. He knew that if he could speak at his best friend's wedding, it would be a huge step toward conquering his fear. So, with a mixture of anxiety and determination, Alex accepted the challenge. Alex knew he needed a plan, so he did the things that helped him face his fear of public speaking. 1. Joining a public speaking group. Alex found a local public speaking group called Toastmasters. It was a place where people could practice speaking in front of others in a supportive environment. At first, he was really nervous, but the group was very welcoming. They gave him small tasks to start with, like introducing himself or reading a short passage. Over time, these small steps helped Alex get more comfortable with speaking. In front of others, he received constructive feedback and encouragement, which boosted his confidence. In these meetings, Alex met people from all walks of life, each with their own reasons for joining the group. He realized he wasn't alone in his fear, and this sense of community gave him strength. One member, an elderly gentleman named Bob, shared how he had overcome his fear of public speaking late in life. Bob's story inspired Alex and made him believe that change was possible at any age. 2. Practicing mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Alex also learned about mindfulness and relaxation techniques. He started practicing deep breathing exercises and meditation to calm his nerves before speaking. He found that when he was able to relax his mind and body, he felt less anxious. He also started visualizing himself speaking confidently in front of an audience. These mental exercises helped him feel more prepared and less scared. Alex began a daily routine of mindfulness practices. Every morning, he would spend 10 minutes meditating, focusing on his breath and clearing his mind. Before each Toastmasters meeting, he would take a few moments to practice deep breathing, envisioning himself speaking clearly and confidently. This preparation made a significant difference in how he felt when it was his turn to speak. The day of Sarah's wedding arrived, and Alex felt a mix of excitement and nerves. He had prepared his speech well, practiced it multiple times, and used his relaxation techniques to stay calm as he stood in front of the guests. He felt his heart race, but he also felt a newfound sense of confidence. He took a deep breath and began his speech. Alex started with a funny anecdote about how he and Sarah met, which got the crowd laughing and helped him relax. He then moved on to heartfelt stories about their friendship and what Sarah meant to him. As he spoke, he saw smiles and nods from the audience, which reassured him. By the end of the speech, the room was filled with applause, and Alex felt a wave of relief and pride. This experience was a turning point for Alex. He realized that he could speak in front of people and do it well. The positive feedback from friends and family boosted his confidence even more. Sarah's wedding was a special day, not just for her but for Alex too. It marked the beginning of his journey to overcoming his fear of public speaking. After the wedding, Alex continued attending Toastmasters and practicing his mindfulness techniques. He started taking on more speaking opportunities at work, like leading meetings and giving presentations. Each time he spoke, he felt a little more confident and a little less afraid. One memorable moment was when Alex was asked to present at a major company conference. This was something he would have never considered before, but now he felt ready. He prepared thoroughly, practiced his speech multiple times, and used his relaxation techniques to stay calm. Then the presentation went smoothly, and Alex received praise from his colleagues and supervisors. This success opened new doors for him, including a promotion to a leadership position, where public speaking was a regular part of his job. Alex's journey to overcoming his fear of public speaking wasn't easy, but it was worth it. By facing his fear head-on, he discovered that he was stronger and more capable than he had ever imagined. He realized that everyone makes mistakes and it's okay to be imperfect. What matters is that you try your best and keep pushing forward. So, what can we learn from Alex's story? Here are a few key takeaways. 1. Face your fears. Avoiding your fears only makes them grow bigger. Take small steps to face them, and over time, you'll become more confident. Just like Alex, you can start with small speaking tasks and gradually build up to bigger challenges. 2. Seek support. Find a supportive group or community where you can practice and receive encouragement. Having others cheer you on makes a big difference, whether it's a public speaking group like Toastmasters or a supportive circle of friends. Having people who understand and support your journey is invaluable. 3. Practice relaxation techniques. Learning how to calm your mind and body can help reduce anxiety. Techniques like deep breathing and visualization are very effective. Incorporate these practices into your daily routine to help manage stress and build confidence. 4. Believe in yourself. Confidence comes from within. Trust in your abilities and know that you are capable of more than you think. Remember that everyone has unique strengths and your voice matters. Today, Alex is no longer scared of public speaking. He still gets a little nervous sometimes, but he knows how to manage it. He speaks up in meetings, gives presentations at work, and even enjoys sharing his ideas with others. Alex's story is a great example of how facing your fears can lead to personal growth and new opportunities. Remember, if Alex can do it, so can you. Don't let fear hold you back. Take that first step, and you'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Public speaking is a skill that anyone can learn with practice and determination. So go ahead, step out of your comfort zone, and let your voice be heard. I hope you liked this video. If you like adventurous stories, please watch John's Desire to Climb Mount Everest video. See you next time.